Let's take a look at next company. Currently I'm doing a series where I'm taking a look at one of the top 10 contractors within UK, largest contractors when it comes to defense. I'm finishing the series. I covered all 10 with this video being last video, where I'm gonna be taking a look at the next company, MBDA, and perhaps I left the best company for last. It seems that this company is an interesting company. Perhaps when it comes to defense, it's promising a lot of opportunities within this company. I'm looking to understand a little bit more about this company as well as share that information with others. BDA Missile Systems is a multinational European company that designs and produces missiles and missile systems. The name EMDA stands for Missile Systems. The company is a joint venture of the three major European aerospace and defense companies. Airbus Group, formerly AIDS, BAe Systems. So far, it's kind of Airbus. Would that be just UK? But either way, it is shareholders, right? So perhaps there's a lot of shareholders involved as well as BAe Systems. Perhaps that would be UK, and Leonardo, that would be perhaps shareholders as well, but it would be perhaps Italian company. Interesting. US, UK, and Italian, from what I understand, right? But again, even this information I'm taking might be outdated and not up to perhaps most recent information that's available. Things are constantly changing, right? I'll jump right into a company's website now. Let's see what I can find there as well. But let's finish with this one. These companies are based in France, the United Kingdom, and Italy, respectively. Okay, so I left out France for some reason. But what about US? There has to be US somewhere in there. EMDA specializes in developing of the wide range of missile systems, including air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, naval missiles, and ground-based air defense systems. They are produced, used by various armed forces around the world. The joint venture was established in 2001 to consolidate the missiles and missile systems activated of the three founding companies. This collaboration allowed MBDA to benefit from expertise and resources of each of its present companies, contributing to the development of advanced missile technologies. But again, I don't know how accurate this information is, as well as perhaps we're taking a look about the company and how expensive it is or can be. Well, then let's say this is a joint venture, right? Or whoever it is. Well, not necessarily. Perhaps there's 50 people up there. It's the only thing what it is, right? 50 people, and they're looking to offer products and solutions, right? Perhaps a joint venture instead of perhaps putting all the resources together. That's one way to reduce the cost of what would be required to build a most up-to-date, most recent technology, right? Based on how much those governments or those people might chip in, that's the access that they might receive from some of those systems, right? So everyone's very friendly again when it comes to building some of the up-to-date standards and everything. What I'm saying is, when it comes to selling once it's been delivered or completed, some of those projects, right? When it comes to selling some of those projects to some of the Asian countries like Japan, right? Some of the defense systems, and once they would receive invoice and how it is expensive, perhaps not necessarily upfront cost, and establishing some of the systems. Upfront cost might not be so expensive comparing to maintenance cost and shooting a couple of missiles in the air from time to time, right, to see if everything works. So shooting one missile up to the air to see if it would work, it can be 1 million a pop of dollars, right? If it's something that some of those got. Again, I'm taking this information from not might not be the most accurate information, right? You can do research yourself on Japan and how and what Japan is currently looking to spend a lot of its GDP on, and or looking at different options out there within the markets, and they considering some of those defense systems, right? and how expensive or maintenance can be. So if it's so expensive for those countries, so who is subsidizing that? Is it taxpayers subsidizing some of the systems here? Oh no, it's my tax money. So it's if anything, how expensive it has to be to have the system in place and maintain those systems and what those systems going to be used for. Let's take a look at the company's website and what kind of information I would have access to and how much information would be publicly available, right? Since we're talking about defense, perhaps not that organizations are keen to disclose all information, right, or most accurate information. How many times Pentagon failed its accounting? 6 times in a row, 6 times or so, where they do not interested, or the overall Pentagon is not interested to disclose its spending budget, right? Or would fail its accounting to anything to put things into perspective. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some of the financial information available. MBDA is the only European group capable of designing and producing missiles and/or missile systems to meet the whole range of current and future needs of the three armed forces. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by three armed forces, but either way, let's tackle that in just a second. So orders about we're talking about 9 billion of orders of 2022, right? So perhaps these figures would only increase, right, as time goes. Money loses value, as well as seems that governments looking to invest percentage-wise a lot more into defense. I don't know how optimal some of those systems are. Perhaps there's a lot of room for improvement, but either way, revenue 4.2 billion and backlog of 22.3 billion. So much money, and there's no competition there. There's no competition. If any players would rise, they would acquire those players, right? Exit markets. Either way. This organization operates with 14,000 strong employees, as well as operates in 6 different countries. Not necessarily limited to only 6 countries, since they have customers in 90 customers, but I think that it's somewhere in the bulk part of selling products and services, perhaps. People operating within those countries, but they're looking to sell. Who has the capital to purchase some of those rockets? The way how this information is presented to us, I don't know who can afford that. So it has to be governments, right? It has to be governments. Who can afford to purchase some of those missiles other than the governments? Let's take a look at some of the data, right? The only integrated defense company to provide missiles and missile systems for each branch of the armed forces. That would be air, sea, land, as well as multinational group with more than 40,000 strong, working together across France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and or United Kingdom, but it is limited, as well as office also set up in the USA. Here you go. And as well, it's not limited to those. Perhaps Poland is looking to spend more. So what I'm saying is close to 5% of GDP. Tomorrow there's going to be Poland there. If it would be more cost effective to do that, as well as they're looking to invest a lot into infrastructure. So either they're going to build their own, or let's take a look at who invested so far in this organization, right? A joint venture of the 3 European leaders in aerospace and defense, Airbus, that will be 37.5%, BAe Systems 37.5%, and Leonardo 25%. Here you go. So who are interested in acquiring another 10%? Here you go. They can chip in, and tomorrow there's going to be another country organization operating there as well. I'm not being funded by any of those organizations. Perhaps they should be interested in sending me a check. I might be doing a couple more promotions on them, but either way. Other than that, I'm not being funded. I'm just looking to understand a little bit better about some of those private businesses, enterprises, and how they operate and acquire some of those government contracts, right? And it seems that they're doing something very well at that. Perhaps there's a lot of value there. That we can see some of those products and services on the news, right, and how they're offering some of the support opportunities there. Innovation and some of the projects that they have launched that would be fostering the innovation culture, something they do focus on, as well as preparing future products and services when it comes to innovation. So perhaps a large percentage of overall money received might be focused on innovation as well as building innovative partnerships. So perhaps it's something that they might be interested. If it's cheaper to acquire other companies than compete, perhaps they're constantly looking to acquire more businesses available, as well as position themselves within different markets as well, which is kind of great thing, right? Not entirely sure if it's fun consumer, but when it comes to deliver on some of those systems, perhaps that would be opportunities there. My argument is if there are some people who would pull out the engine from land more, right, and attach some, I don't know, some whatever explosions they might be interested in attaching next to the land more engine, right, and they would launch another, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 of those land more engines to the sky to a different country, right? So this particular system might not be optimal, or might be more opportunities out there developing different systems. Well, but perhaps these systems, just because it might be too expensive, right, when it comes to money and cost of, but it would perhaps be based to solve different problems, right? So people who are interested into more optimal solutions, right? There's a lot of options there, but do they really need to do that? Either way, when it comes to innovation, perhaps if I can see what's happening, perhaps those people out there are interested in developing different solutions as well. How are we going to solve some of those new problems in the market? So, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a book. Everything within this book, I'm covering everything what you would need to know when it comes to establishing your first livestock enterprise. In particular, I'm focusing on how to achieve first milestone. So if it's something that you would set for yourself, financial goals, that would be a good way to look at the business. Then looking on how to make your business profitable. First milestone, that would be for first $10,000 euros pounds, and how you can achieve this milestone when operating business. Uh, to say the least, this book would offer a lot of value and expertise when it comes to doing it, as well as learning from other people, examples, if anything, that could be potentially how you can save a lot of money if it's something that you're interested in. You can find it in the description below, as well as Top Retailers has this book. If you are interested, perhaps if you do offer similar services, or if you are interested in collaborating together with some of those companies out there, I would highly recommend to reach out to this company. They're you becoming supplier if it's something that you're interested in, fulfilling some of those orders. I haven't done any business with them to say that everything goes well. They would pay on time. So some of the problems that you need to understand, as well as I haven't taken a look at the contract, what will be required to do business with some of those companies out there. But there's an option there if it's something that you're interested. Then doing your own research, reach out to some of those companies out there, and you can ask for what kind of products or services, purchasing those, what kind of opportunities they might be interested in, or if anything, perhaps you like to work for this company, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.